Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Empty Thoughts with Mihkel Teemant. It's been a hell of a week. All of a sudden, Joe Biden rose from the dead, did a whole bunch of things, starting with coming together with Joe Manchin to do some kind of relief bill. Is it everything we wanted? Absolutely not. But they got it done, and they got things done that are going to help people, not just giant corporations, including a giant 15% automatic corporate rate tax. Amazing. Great job. Why it took you 2 years, I have no idea, but it got done. So, should we got $3 trillion? Yeah, we should invest in our infrastructure, bullet trains, all that stuff. Things that actually help the economy, not just stuff more money into the fucking bankers' pockets. But even more controversial than that came this announcement from the White House. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Sorry. This announcement from the White House.
Now to the latest on President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, giving relief to millions of Americans, but not everyone is happy about it. Our chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega has more on that. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, Amy, good morning to you. The White House says that this could potentially provide life-changing help to some 40 million Americans, and many of those students who are racked up with that student debt. They are certainly celebrating this morning. But as you said, that criticism is pouring in from both sides of the aisle.
Both
Some
sides.
saying this goes too far, and others saying
goes too far. Goes too far to forgive student debt. We literally let businesses wipe out entire swaths of debt for no reason other than they were shitty at managing. Great capitalism.
doesn't go far enough.
This morning,
I'm on the
millions of
doesn't go
Americans
far
facing
enough.
mounting student debt on the verge of having their balances wiped clean.
Like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
President Biden promising life-changing relief to the overwhelming majority of people with student loans, even leaving some 20 million Americans with a zero balance.
All this means people can finally crawl out from under that mountain of debt, to get on top of their rent and their utilities, to finally think about buying a home or starting a family or starting a business.
The move forgives up to $10,000 for people earning less than $125,000 a year.
Meaning people not almost the top 1%. If you're making $125,000, now I am by no means a means tester. I'm super extreme. School should be free. All of it. Doctorate, go for it. Master's, go for it. I already have a bachelor's in English. You know what? I want to learn how electricity works. I want to become an electrical engineer now. Go. Because I think a more educated population worth every bit of the investment you can get. See, that English teacher got the idea because he was like, I do like teaching English, but I have this great idea for an electric thing. I don't know how to make it. Maybe if I went to some school and I learned the skills to do this, I could actually make the thing I want to make. Do it. That's only going to help the economy. The greatest investment we ever made was in NASA. For every dollar we spent in NASA, it's beyond total how much we get back in return. Thank you, the government, for giving us this information. And some of the things you'll be like, why are they learning this? Well, that thing has become like, just studying in NASA, we have microchips. We have microwaves. Cell phones are powered based off of technology developed by NASA. That was tax-paying money. That's a net positive to help the economy. Billionaires were made because NASA had the money to go and learn shit, and then they could take that stuff and look at it and go, you know what? I bet if you use this microwave technology, you could probably heat up food. Let's try this out. And they made millions, multiple companies. Investing in the people is how you actually help an economy, not just stuffing bankers' goddamn pockets full of money. That is shit. They just reinvest it in the stock market.
$250,000 for a couple. It
Fair.
forgives up to $20,000 for low-income borrowers who received Pell Grants.
Now, let me,
And the pandemic pause on student loan repayment gets extended through the end of this year.
So I'm one of the $20,000 people. I got Pell Grants because I was poor enough, even working 4 jobs in California while I went and got my bachelor's degree in journalism. Most worthless degree I ever got. But 20 grand, still I owe another fucking 16. And I had 4 jobs. None of it went to my education. The only way I was able to keep up, because I had to work so much, 40 to 50 hours a week, all during college. Not fun. Not a part-time. 4 part-time jobs equaling up to 50 hours a week. And I still had to go to school and still had to take out student loans.
While some say it doesn't go far enough,
People who are like already out, it's not really enough for them. They probably need more because of the compelling interest.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch
Yeah.
McConnell calls it astonishingly unfair.
Aww.
Many Republicans with that same message.
What you're saying here to a whole lot of people in this
Republicans.
country is go ahead, take out loans, don't worry about it.
What about all the loans that, and we'll get to that in a minute, all the loans, businesses take that are forgiven by the government? What about all the tax breaks? Is that fair? Is it fair that Amazon pays $0 in taxes practically? Like near net zero. And yet you, a citizen just going to work every day, have to pay up to 35% of your income in tax on average? Tell me what's fair about that. It's like they have socialism for the rich and fuck you to the poor. Isn't that kind of what we're getting at here?
It. We'll just write it off when the time comes.
ABC's Karen
Fucking idiot.
Travers pressing the president.
Mr. President, is this unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Actually, we'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Let's go past that because I want to get to that exact thing. Actually, we'll go start here.
Mom of 2 who owes $25,000.
Mother of
The
2.
help can't come soon enough.
It's kind of been a toss-up as to what are we going to pay for, childcare or college.
Yeah. That's what regular Americans deal with every goddamn day. Every day. And that money's just going to a rich loan company. That's it. That's the end of the story. She can't put money into childcare, let alone buy extra shit that keeps capitalism going. But we're going to worry about her getting something. She still owes money, by the way. After 20 grand, she'll still owe another 5 grand. This isn't over for her. It's the one debt you get that you can't declare bankruptcy for. Put that in your fucking pocket. How different is that? Businesses can declare bankruptcy. They have to, liquidate. But that debt isn't added on to it. No, you took that loan. You took that construction loan. Sorry, your business didn't work out, but you got to pay that for the rest of your life. People literally get Social Security taken from them. They're on a fixed budget with Social Security, and they get money taken out of their pocket. But if you start a business and you fail, which capitalism says when you fail, it's over. No, we have entire economies. Mitt Romney's entire career was made off of taking companies, squeezing the wealth out of them, then declaring bankruptcy, and he's a multi-millionaire. Trump didn't pay his contractors. Multi-billionaire, supposedly. But anyway, let's finish up.
That stress was really starting to pile on, and we didn't know how we were going to make it. Honestly, I'm just so happy.
Well, here in Washington, the really big question this morning is this overall price tag. I have pushed the White House on this. They don't have an answer, but one nonpartisan budget group does have a new estimate out. They say this move could cost taxpayers some $500 billion
versus the $700 billion we spend just in war. Goes up every year. Oh, but we got to do that. We have to do that. Why would you help normal Americans when you can go bomb Yemen or Syria or Iraq or fucking any of the other places? Send $1 billion of aid and military stuff to the Ukraine. Not that I'm against the Ukraine, but we got billions for people in another country of just weapons. But no cash for the normal under 125 is a lot. $125,000 a year. The median household income, averaging everyone, is like 55 or 60, I think. So double that. Say it's 60. Double that, you still get your student loan, at least 20 grand knocked off.
For the next 10 years.
As you said, still some questions surrounding that. Thank you so much, Cecilia. We appreciate it.
All right, that's it for that. Anyway, so just so you know, There is a lot of questions going on, but here's from the White House. Here, we'll get to that right now. This is the statement they said about student loans and what's going on. The fact sheet: President Biden announces student loan relief for borrowers who need it most. Yeah, it's especially if you make under $50,000. Oh, that's me. I haven't paid the student loan stayed the same, the last 2 years because of COVID has really helped me out. I can't afford my health insurance, which is a totally different thing, let alone student loans on top of that. Okay. Three-part plan delivers on President Biden's promise to cancel $10,000 of student loan debt for low to middle-income borrowers. President Biden believes that a post-high school education should be a ticket to a middle-class life, but for too many, the cost of borrowing for college is a lifelong burden that deprives them of that opportunity. And by the way, this is something he talked about when he ran for president, okay? This isn't some new thing he came up with. He ran for president on this exact issue, for giving $10,000. So the majority of the country, both electoral college and with the popular vote, voted for him. Unless you're in MAGA land, and then you're insane. Because they voted for him, and he won. Those are just facts. 1 courts decided that. During the campaign, he promised to provide student debt relief. Today, there we go. Today, the Biden is following through on that promise and providing families breathing room as they prepare to start repaying loans after the economic crisis brought on by the pandemic. Since 1980, the total cost of both four-year public and four-year private college has nearly tripled. Tripled! Since 1980. Now, if this was with inflation, it might have doubled by now if you just keep up with normal. I'm not talking about the inflation we're experiencing now. I'm talking about normal inflation. You might see it double, which the minimum wage hasn't, so why would... even after accounting for inflation, federal support... so it wouldn't have doubled even. It's tripled since then. Federal support has not kept up. Pell Grants once covered nearly 80% of the cost of a four-year public degree for students from working families, but now only covers a third. So, let's see. What used to cover half, it says? Cost of four-year college. Wait. 80% to a third. From 80% to 33%, about that. Almost a 50% drop. That's not even 50. That would be the distance of 50. So that's insane. I'm not good enough at math to do that one. Sorry. Here is the cost of attending college. It's skyrocketed by federal support. So this top line here is public four-year university costs. This one, this red line. And then here's the yellow one. Stagnant, drop. Up a little bit. Around the time of Bush, actually. Look at Clinton. Clinton dropping like a fucking rock. A little bit up. There we go. Up. Oh, no. The recession, because we have to help out the bankers that fucked up the economy. Then up again. Here's me. Here's me right there, 2011. And now a drop again. Even after a pandemic. So, of course, people are upset. And I'm so glad they are. You're a fucking dick if you're upset that people can't afford their shit. Here we go. We're gonna go to this now. Conservatives on student loan forgiveness. Let's start with Steven Crowder. You want to start with Steven? Let's start with Steven.
Former Vice President Joe Biden is also talking about forgiving student loans, which I know to some of you are like, yay, because you're selfish pricks. But here's the thing.
We're selfish pricks.
It's actually...
The guy who runs an internet show making tons of money, we're the selfish pricks. He tries to avoid paying taxes at all costs. He's a fucking asshole. He's a cunt. Let's see.
One of the greatest wealth transfers in American history.
To the bottom. We've never had a wealth transfer to the bottom since FDR. Practically. Almost none. There's been no... The only goes up to the top. Only goes up to the top. Every time.
If you understand who has taken out student loans, what they're taking them out for, and the unrealistic expectations.
They're taking it out to get an education because this system is made so that you're forced to go to a college for degrees. Fuck the degree. Like, you can go to get a job. I've tried to get jobs when I was a fucking lifeguard without a college degree, and they'd be a fucking sales job in an office, and they'd be like, do you have a 4-year degree? Doesn't have to be in sales. I'm sorry. We need someone with that 4-year degree. So after a while, I thought about it, and I'm like, I guess I got to go get a college degree. That's why people go get a college degree, Steven Crowder, you fucking idiot.
That a lot of people have going into college today. Foreshadowing. Here's a hint. Well, not millennials, Generation Z, they expect to make a 6-figure income.
You're going to have to make a 6-figure income with the way inflation has been going ever since the fucking early 2000s, especially.
Very first day upon graduating college.
Well, that's reasonable.
Well, it's easy, but rather than saying that's
reasonable. That is reasonable. But
reasonable, we have an administration that says, yeah, we'll forgive it because you deserve it.
That's not what they said. They're giving aid to the lowest earning Americans because they were swindled by a fucking industry. Okay, let's look something up real quick. You guys ready for this? This is going to be real fun. So Steven Crowder's not for giving these people, we're not going to give those people. Wait, where is it? Search results. There we go. We're going to go to this, to ProPublica, and let's look up here we go. You can look up people. Look at this. We can look up the people who took out PPP loans. Remember, those were forgiven for the most part, at least a large majority of them. Remember, $10,000 for student debt that you got because you thought it would enrich your life. Now you're working in a Starbucks, wherever the fuck you're working. But you're not using your degree because you got sociology degree because you were 18 years old and you were interested in this shit and you had no idea that this would have nothing to do with the rest of your life. But you went and got it because people told you should. All right, let's look up Steven Crowder. This is an open database where you can look up every name of anybody who's taken out a PPP loan. Steven Crowder. Oh, look at that! Look, do you guys see that? 20 grand forgiven in student debt. Oh my God. 20 grand, and he's getting $800. You know what's not fair? That a person makes a far more money than I do. Gets an extra $800. That's real, especially because he's definitely doing well for himself. I don't know if he's making $125,000 a year or not. But he took a business loan while he was able to work the entire time. He was able to work the entire fucking pandemic. Podcasters, the media, they were exemptions to the COVID. You can't go to work. All right. So that's our first one. Okay, let's go back to zero. Steven Crowder, giant fucking hypocrite. Why'd you take a loan if you couldn't pay it back, Steven? Riddle me this. Okay, so that was Steven Crowder. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see, student loan forgiveness. All right, let's go back real quick. Let's go. Where's Ben? Where's good old Ben? Ben Shapiro. I know I saw him here somewhere. There we go. Ben Shapiro on Biden's plan to cancel only public student loan short. Let's see what Ben has to say over at the Daily Wire, which is a multi-million-dollar organization.
By the way, the only student debts that are getting canceled here are publicly held student debts. So if you got your loan through a private lender, that is ineligible for cancellation.
Yeah, that's a private loan. And that should be wiped out too. Because those predatory motherfuckers take advantage of the lowest earning Americans who are just trying to get an education so they can get to the middle class, especially poor people.
And one reason this makes a very large scale difference is because the loans that are most likely to actually be well predicated are private loans. Why? Because if you're a bank, are you going to give a loan to a person who's going to Harvard Law School, or are you going to give a loan to a person who instead is going to a local junior college to major in finger painting?
Yeah, it's almost like it's rigged. It's almost like it's rigged, Ben. You just said it. You said it. You dumb motherfucker. Or you dumb motherfucker. Jesus Christ. I don't even know which way I'm looking right now. Okay, because I'm watching this.
The answer is, if you want your money back, you're going to give the money to the Harvard Law graduate. So private
logic says that you're going to give it to the Harvard Law graduate. Fuck you, poor people. Because that guy's going to go be rich because he's going to make a network of people. Therefore, you're going to make a lot of money.
Loans generally are they are better calibrated toward earning back than public loans. So
yeah. So the public, especially poor Americans, don't have any choice but to go to the public choice. What the fuck are you talking about, Ben?
Basically, we are now subsidizing loans that are the least likely to be paid back because they shouldn't have been paid in the first place.
Yeah. No. They should have been paid in the first place because it's the literal only way you can move your way up in the world.
By the way, the only student debts that are getting canceled here are publicly held student.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go real quick. Let's go back to that PPP loan database, huh? You guys want to go back to the PPP loan? Just for shits and giggles, let's look this up. Let's look up what, let's see. ProPublica, oh shoot, that's not it. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Let's just, for funsies, there's no way someone as capitalist as Ben Shapiro would take out a loan he had no point. He was not gonna pay back. Huh. Let's see what old Benny did. First 100 loans. Wrong name. Oh, fucking name, Michael. I thought I hit the X. Oh, let's see. Ben Shapiro, Los Angeles, California. Forgiven as of October 25th, 2021. Oh my God, he took out that rascal. Ben Shapiro. Oh, look at that. You got an extra $800 than I'm going to get, and I still have loans to pay back. This is fucking ridiculous. There should be no outrage. Oh, I didn't go to college. You should have. Maybe you'd have more prospects in life. Or not. And for those of us who aren't, I'm a fucking DoorDash driver. I'm about to be a teacher, but I'm a DoorDash driver. So stop telling me that, like, this fucking shit, like, I couldn't get a journalism job. I went for many interviews. I almost got hired by, I got to the final interview in a Pittsburgh company, and they go, well, how long have you interned for? And I was like, well, I did it in the very beginning. I tried to get it out of the way. I did it in the very beginning. Like, we're going to need you to intern for like 6 months to a year for free. How the fuck was I going to pay for that? Unfortunately, my landlord doesn't take experience. Weird, right? It's weird they don't take experience. I would have thought for sure experience would count. So let's go back. Let's finish this up. Let's see. So one of my favorite parts of the entire thing. So we see two hypocrites right here. You didn't even see that it was Ben Shapiro. I'm sorry. Here, let's go down. There's Ben Shapiro. Okay, Los Angeles. Now you see it above me. Okay. Sorry about that. Before you're like, are you sure Ben Shapiro was... on there? I only saw it for a second, but let's see. And you know, that's the kind of hypocrisy we have, is like when it's a business, they're allowed to fail and they're allowed to be recovered. The government's allowed to bail them out. When a regular person with children, I don't have children, but many people do. If you have children, you have to provide for those children. It's going to reduce a lot of the inflation just by having extra cash. Just by being forgiven $20,000, these people's loan costs go down. He capped how much like everyone's interest rate is now, and this is one of my favorite things that after Biden announced this, as he's walking off, some dipshit reporter, where is it? Wait, oh no, oh there we go. Some dipshit reporter asked a dumb question. And think of everything I just said. Yeah, businesses can fail. You're going to be fine. We're going to take care of it. But the second it's regular people getting a college loan that will desperately help a lot of their lives. They're desperate and they need help. That's a handout. Look how America looks at you, poor people. All right, here's I'm using the Guardians because they were the only one with the actual like short clip of it. But here's Biden.
Thank you. Mr. President, is this unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses to see why these guys get more affected?
Is that fair? I gotta agree, Biden. That was a great retort. Is that fair?
What do you think?
Beautiful. And then Peter Doocy is a douche afterwards and tries to get his attention again. Let's see, like, who would... Let's see who... This is from 538. Here's an article written. Is it going to help normal people? Because a lot of misinformation has been going around about like how only rich people are going to benefit from this. Sorry for the burp. You've seen me drinking my seltzer water here, you know. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, come on, dipshit. What the fuck? Okay, not that one. We'll look at that later. God damn it, Michael. You got to be better. Oh, here we go. Okay. 538. Canceling student debt could help close the wealth gap between white and black Americans. On Wednesday, President Biden announced that he planned to forgive $10,000 student loan for Americans earning less than $125,000 and an additional $10,000 for those who use Pell Grants to attend college. In an article we published earlier this year, we looked at why canceling student debt is one of the best ways to start to close America's racial wealth gap. Read more about how Biden's student loan plan could help with this or come up short. The wealth gap is well documented. Even if many continue to underestimate its existence, black Americans' net worth is, on average, less than 15% of white Americans. The legacy of centuries of systematic anti-black racism. Moreover, both political parties have failed time and again to address the inequities facing black Americans. What if I told you that an effective way to start closing this gap was within reach? Oh, that sounds interesting. According to the scholars I talked with who study this issue, canceling student debt is one of the best ways to start to close America's racial wealth gap. And although it has its risks, it's something that President Biden can do on his own by executive order. Thank God. Higher education was supposed to be the engine for some to secure financial security and stability, said Fenaba Otto, I hope I pronounced that right, a professor of public policy at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, who has researched the links between debt and wealth inequality. But she told me that that just hasn't happened. The realized gains have not been distributed equally, and student debt has attributed to that. Let's go here. Black students borrow and owe more than white students. Look at this. Right here. Let's see. Let me make sure this is big enough to see. Okay, it is. Black, right here. Black, 86.3% borrowed. On average, amount borrowed is $39,500. 103 owed borrowed 103%. Hispanic hit second, of course. Another, 70%. 28,200 borrowed, 94.6 owed borrowed. 103% of the black loan. White, 87% here. 67. I even have my glasses on. Sorry, it's screen's a little far. 67.7. So that's like almost 19%, 19% jump. 29,900 owed. Look, less owed by that than them. 89% owed / borrowed. Asian, 43. Of course. Asians, you guys kick our ass. It's fine. No, don't get mad at me. Anyway, and the further removed from college young Americans become, the more this disparity grows. More than triple, according to a 2016 report from the Brookings Institution, sapping black Americans' net worth even more. 2018 paper from Otto and sociologist Jason Houle found, for example, that if younger black adults held the same level of debt as their white peers, the racial wealth gap in young adulthood would be reduced by about 10%. That's a big percentage. That's double digits. It's not perfect, but it's double digits. Otto and Houle also found that students' debts contribution to the racial wealth gap increased with age from 13% at 25 to 23% at 30. I worded that. From 13% at 25 years old, that's what they should have put, to 23% at 30 years old. Okay, anyway, it keeps going more and more about how good this is for, black Americans and minorities in general. So let's get to it. It's about time. It's about time we stop trying to look and be like, what does he get? What does he get? What if we subsidize farmers? Surprise, we do. What do we give billions to the oil companies? We have tax cuts where they don't pay taxes, like Amazon, Apple, Tesla, I mean, well, I don't know for sure Tesla. I'm pretty sure. But how about not whataboutism and just giving a shit about normal people? This is normal people. This isn't a business where they claim like, whoa, all these people lose their jobs. Oh, they're minimum wage jobs? Fuck off. So I'm sick of this. Anyway, thank you for listening. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching or listening to Empty Thoughts with Mihkel Teemant. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment below. And if you like it, share it. Or you can catch me on all these other, things. I don't do TikTok. Sorry. Don't do TikTok. But any of these, you can find me at. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time.